An archetype is an embodiment of heroic virtue. Everyone bears one deep in their heart. In facing a looming threat, you face your own anxiety, and so awaken to a higher power within yourself. That is the truest essence of magic. Yet for it to take that form, surely it is a manifestation of the heroic embodiment etched most prominently in your heart. This appearance they take on, like extraordinary suits of armor. Perhaps this marks another purpose: to protect the wielder from the terrible anxiety being released. It inspires a certain glow in battle, as if facing your anxiety causes determination to surge in you, like blood through veins, throughout both body and weapon. In times of yore, there lived heroes who ventured into the unknown lands in pursuit of their ideals. Their souls together formed the power of the Seeker. This was not just one legendary hero. Across many lands and eras, those intrepid spirits who sought greater heights on the Seeker's path have borne the alias. Among them, the adept who pursues a magical path I dub the Magic Seeker, and the elite who seeks the deepest truths of the soul I dub the Soul Hacker. The Seeker archetype does not excel at any one skill, but it mirrors the specialities of many heroes, and can perform any task. A jack of all trades is a master of none. Let no seeker forget this truth. In times of yore, there lived heroes who sought relentlessly to unravel the secrets of magic. Their souls together formed the power of the Mage. Among them, the adept who grasps that ultimate power I dub the Wizard, and the elite who commands the elements I dub the Elemental Master. In addition, another elite form making use of the dark magics is known to exist. Truly, the Mage archetype has unparalleled command of affinity-based magic, but mages devote themselves fully to mind and Magla. While the mind is powerful, it must kneel before pure strength at times. Let no mage forget this truth. In times of yore, there lived heroes who sought nothing less than perfection with the sword. Their souls together formed the power of the warrior. Among them, the adept who slays hordes I dub the Sword Master, and the elite disciple of the blade I dub the Samurai. The warrior archetype imparts peerless skill with the sword, its devotees being on the front lines, punishing their foes with brutal slashing swings. But a sword's purpose is ultimately as a weapon, and it is not weapons alone that decide a battle's victor. Let no warrior forget this truth. In times of yore, there lived heroes who swore an abiding oath of loyalty and protection. Their souls together formed the power of the night. Among them, the adept sentinel of both steel and magic I dub the Magic Knight, and the elite selfless paragon of grace I dub the Paladin. Per its name, the Knight archetype is an unparalleled protector. But it is said that another elite form, the Knight's Shadow, is also known to exist. Yet in times of conflict, there are battles that cannot be solved by shield alone, and those of blade and spell must bear that burden. Let no knight forget this truth. In times of yore, there lived heroes who shook the foundation of society through chivalrous thievery. Their souls together formed the power of the thief. Among them, the adept who steals one's very destiny, I dub the assassin. And the elite who lives and dies in the shadow, I dub the ninja. The thief archetype manipulates the power of darkness to steal not just treasures, but the very life force of its foes as well. However, its power is unconventional and works poorly against multitudes. To break the rules is to be punished by those rules. Let no thief forget this truth. In times of yore, there lived heroes who were renowned for their splendor in beautiful masquerade. Their souls together formed the power of the masked dancer. Among them, the elite who wears masks to draw out their own power, finding new selves within selves, I dub the persona master. The masked dancer archetype is one and yet multiple. It brings out the possibilities within itself and can respond to any situation. But obtaining its wide variety of powers comes at great effort and cost. They are only as strong as their collection of masks. Let no masked dancer forget this truth. In times of yore, there lived heroes who summoned otherworldly beings to fight on their behalf. Their souls together formed the power of the summoner. Among them, the master of invocations, devotee of the most eldritch of summoning arts, I dub the devil summoner. The summoner archetype uses vessels to summon unearthly beings to the battlefield as its servants, with a unique form of magic. However, in order to prove their mastery, they must take time and effort to gather servants before true power can be unleashed. Let no summoner forget this truth. In times of yore, there lived heroes who abandoned logic and reason in the name of power. Their souls together formed the power of the Berserker. Among them, the elite rampaging force, crusher of bones, before whom any enemy's courage shrivels, I dub the Destroyer. The Berserker archetype has but one ambition: amass the power to physically decimate its foes. But to dedicate oneself fully to a single purpose is to eschew and discard all others. Let no berserker forget this truth. In times of yore, there lived heroic marksmen who found glory and inspiration in firearms. Their souls together formed the power of the gunner. Among them, the adept who pierces many foes with one bolt, I dub the sniper. And the elite gunplay ace, I dub the dragoon. The gunner archetype is the master attacking from the back row, possessing the unique ability to destroy enemies from afar. But power that requires specific circumstances or tactics to excel is less flexible in the end. The back row is its own limitation. Let no gunner forget this truth. In times of yore, there lived heroes who healed all who looked to them for succor, regardless of birth. Their souls together formed the power of the healer. Among them, the adept who walks the path of salvation, I dub the cleric. And the elite guardian of all things holy, I dub the savior. The healer archetype is not only peerless in its healing and purification on the battlefield, but is a master of offensive light magic as well. But in choosing to heal, one must sacrifice the strength to harm, or the resilience to act as shield. Let no healer forget this truth. In times of yore, there lived heroes who tempered their bodies into unmatched weapons through discipline. Their souls together formed the power of the Brawler. Among them, the adept disciple of critical hit I dub the Pugilist, and the elite master of the martial form I dub the Martial Artist. The Brawler archetype combines speed with powerful critical hits and, as its name indicates, is a master fighter. However, to dedicate one's body to the ideal strength is to dedicate one's life to battle. And this power exerts a toll on the wielder. Let no brawler forget this truth. In times of yore, there lived heroes whose schemes and machinations shattered their status quo. Their souls together formed the power of the Faker. Among them, the elite who longs for revolution, who combats society's rules with blasphemy and audacity. I dub the Trickster. The Faker archetype debilitates enemies and uses unique strategies to sow chaos and bring about drastic changes. It is unpredictable even to the wielder. But trickery alone cannot produce consistent success in battle, nor is every foe a mark. Let no faker forget this truth. In times of yore, there lived heroes known to change the tides of battle by their presence alone. Their souls together form the power of the commander. Among them, the adept whose word guides legions I dub the general, and the elite who has the battlefield in the palm of their hand I dub the warlord. The commander archetype is unremarkable alone, but can produce impressive results by taking leadership of the battle and supporting their squadron. But their power comes from being surrounded by skilled heroes to direct. A leader loses effectiveness when asked to spearhead the attack. Let no commander forget this truth. In times of yore, there lived heroes who eschewed the blade but won their fortune through masterful negotiation. Their souls together form the power of the merchant. Among them, the elite who seeks to control the world of profits and losses, finding victory in superior deal-making. I dub the tycoon. The merchant archetype attacks with money rather than mind and body, and bears the power to gain rewards beyond victory in battle. But viewed in another light, it is only as powerful as the war chest that funds it, and without coin, it has nothing. Let no merchant forget this truth. And thank you if you got to the end of the video. I thank you kindly. And I hope you have an awesome one. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye. In times of yore, there lived heroes who shook the foundation of society through chivalrous. Let's try that again.